Let's talk about these bad boys, shall we? First of all, I want to tell you that I'm not sponsored by Sims or any other company, so this is just my general thoughts. So I bought these waders in June or July of 2022. That's, by the way, my dog sleeping, if you're wondering. So if you want to watch the initial review of the waders and my first thoughts, you can watch them here. I paid my own money for the waders. It came with a discount, but it still was a lot of money. And last year, during the trout fishing competition in the stream, I felt them leaking. And that was in October or November, I don't really remember. But the thing is, I spent the majority of the day in the water, and when I took the waders off after the competition, I felt that my both legs were very wet, knees down. And my first thoughts were that the socks was deteriorating because they had some damage on them, and I thought that the neoprene part is coming off and that's where it is leaking. But I had one more competition upcoming in 2 weeks, so I couldn't send them for repair. So I've just decided to go through it somehow. I managed the cold, then I will send them for repair. I was sure that some of the seams was leaking and I wasn't able to repair them myself, so I had to send them to the professionals. So I got through the other competition, it was the same story, I was wet, knees down, and I finally managed to send them off. And after a few days, the guys who specializing in repairing waders and other stuff sent me the pictures of inspection. I was kinda shocked. As you can see in these pictures, these are all punctures. There are little holes throughout both legs and they were leaking. They were leaking a little bit, but since there was a lot of them, throughout the day my legs got wet. And the funny thing is that none of the seams were leaking. Not one. Even those really damaged seams on the neoprene socks wasn't leaking at all. So that was a surprise for me and kind of shocker. So I did my calculations, and keep in mind these are very rough because I'm not following any of this stuff, but more or less, I fished with these more than 2 full seasons. I do, let's say, around 50 trips with the waders throughout the season. I wear them anywhere from 4 to 12 hours a day when I'm fishing. So I took the middle 8 hours, that's approximately 800 hours of usage. And I mean, I use them. I'm not just standing there in the water. I'm driving with them. I'm trout fishing with them, which means I'm going through bushes and crazy stuff in the forest, in the wild streams. There is plenty of stuff in there. I'm really stretching them. And throughout all this, there was no damage in the seams and none of them were leaking. And that's what's amazing. The waders is beat up. There is a lot of sign of usage. They're dirty. There is some damage on the outside here. It got glued up. But more or less they still perform their main task, keeping me dry. And this is when you understand why are you paying that extra money. They just last longer. That's it. That's why you pay extra. You can change your waders every year or every few months if you're fishing a lot, or you can have one pair for 2, 3, maybe 4 years. All the waders eventually gonna start leaking through the seams. That's just gonna happen. But these are still holding up after, again, approximately 800 hours. And I don't know if I can recommend them to you or not. You can make your own decisions on this matter, but I'm just giving you my thoughts. And a pro tip about the repair. If you have a breathing waders from Gore-Tex or any other membrane that's breathable, there is very easy way to find out if they're punctured. You turn them inside out and you spray alcohol on them, and the spots that are punctured will show off like in these pictures. And then you can take special glue that's used for diving costumes and other stuff, and you can fix them at home by yourself, and that will cost you nothing. And if there's no seams leaking, that's all you have to do. So that's pretty much my whole experience with the Sims Guide Classic waders. When these are beyond repairable, I'll probably get up to the G3, but until then I'm happy with them. They already performed more than I expected initially. I knew that they will start leaking sometime, but they are still going strong, and I think they will last me at least 2 more seasons with a little bit repair maybe. So in my humble opinion, that's really good investment. Eventually it will save you time and save you some headache. And keep in mind, I'm not using them like a fishing pro. I'm not using them every day or every other day, but I'm probably using them more than the average Joe. So you need to do your calculations according to that. If you had any different experience with these or any other expensive waders, please let me know in the comments below, because it's really interesting if I'm kind of the one lucky guy or it's a trend. So that's it from me. If this helped you, give me a thumbs up, and I will meet you next time from the stream. Peace out. What is this? Peace out? Jesus. You look drunk or high. I'll better move on.